Yes, we are
On there, you mean?
going hot recording there.
Can you or can't? Okay.
I can't. I'm gonna go live though.
Go for it. We're hot on everything here. We are hot.
3, 2, 1.
So I am usually, we get a little bit of detailed audio work regarding the intro music, but I kind of need to find a different, I think I need to find a different tune.
You're not gonna roll intro music?
Nah, we're just going to go right into it.
All right then.
Jeez.
Welcome to the O'Neill Loves podcast.
Yep, this is a place where we break it down. We go into detail with the equipment that we use. It's been a whole year since we've done one, but
Serious?
yeah,
I know it seems like a long time,
I'm on
but I
the-
thought we did one in like March or something.
I am on the, oh, that's cool. It automatically connected my S24. O'Neill Ops Podcast 30, Bolt versus AR. 12,000 views 1 year ago. So it's been a while. I have mic check. I can hear mine good. You should tap yours, Keith.
Check.
Yours is good.
I'm sure you can hear me
Yep,
just fine.
you're good. I had to swap yours because I had 3 and 4 mixed up, but I did that before. All right, guys. So what we're going to be going over on episode 31 here, December 18th, 2025, is new gear for a new year. Whether it's a new manufacturer that we're working with or it's the same manufacturer with a newer product. We're going to be going into detail on all of that with some other interesting bits of information towards the end of the podcast regarding who I have lined up for future podcasts, which is going to be interesting. It's pretty cool. Let's just get right into it. All right. It was kind of a toss up for me, but it was actually pretty easy for me. Quick story. So I've been working with SRT Arms. There's even a podcast. I think it's number 7 out of Camp Verde, Arizona. It is number 7 episode 5 years ago, episode 7, SRT Arms. With Doug Melton. He is the owner of that company. Long story short, he's a one-man operator, a one-man show. He just got tired of it. This is not bragging on my part by any means.
He's older too, right?
Oh yeah, he's like almost 70.
Yeah, so I mean that's retirement age.
He told me about a year ago that he's like, you're maxing me out. I don't want to do any more than the guys that you're sending to me. So that, I mean, it's not a deterrent to sell more product, but it is just, it slows you down, right? You know, so I was maxing him out and I'm not selling very many cans, not very many at all, to be honest. So he told me, let's put it in about 3 months ago. Actually, no, let's go. About a half of a year ago, I got a hold of him and I'm like, you know, Doug, how long is it going to be before you retire? You know, what are we looking at here? You're looking at 5 years or what? And he said, yeah, you know, 5 years, I'll be kind of slowing down and I'll be done. But, you know, plan on 5 years. Well, about 6 months after that conversation, he sends me an email and it says, hey, with this last order, there was about a dozen vapors on the last order. He goes, hey, with this last order, I've got enough components to do about 3 more vapors. And so I messaged him back. I'm like, well, you got enough components to do about 3 more vapors. So what's that mean? It's going to take about, you know, a couple weeks for you to get more components. And he goes, no, after that, I'm done. I'm like, you're done? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, geez, man, you told me 6 months ago it was going to be 5 years. He goes, my wife's not in great health. And I'm like, all right, I get it. I understand. With that said, since we've been working with him for so long, he gave me the patent to his baffle design, which is very intricate. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You really can't machine his design. It'd take a 5-axis CNC per op on one baffle, and it doesn't make sense to do regarding time and money. It just doesn't. Nobody would do it. Put it that way. With the new technology that's involved, what is old, I would say is new. We're going to be able to replicate his baffles since he had to cast them in order to get the intricacies implemented. We can now 3D print that design more efficiently and quicker. So what we did was the OG Vapor is 7 inches long, 1.5 outside diameter. It had 5 baffles in it, including the end cap. We went 1.62 outside diameter. It's, of course, 3D printed titanium. And we added a whole bunch of baffles, a lot of baffles. And we also increased the overall length by a half of an inch. And we also shortened the blast chamber to optimize the sound suppression. There's a noticeable difference between the OG Vapor and the new version, the new 3D printed. We're dubbing it the Apex line. There's going to be some upgraded options regarding the hub attachment. That means you'll be able to interchange that between numerous rifles, anything under 6 millimeter. And so with the OG Vapor, you had to have it ordered with 1/2 by 28, 5/8 by 24, 1/2 by 36, metric, whatever. With this system, it'll be a lot simpler to order. Click it, order it. We'll have a single port brake option too if you're going to run it on a bolt gun, which I highly recommend. These are bolt gun suppressors. My only I would say con out of this whole thing is how light they are. The lighter the suppressor, the faster they heat up, but also the faster they cool down. They are noticeably lighter than the OG Vapor, and they do get hotter faster. But they also cool down faster. That's my only, but you're not going to get around that. You're just not, unless I went with something like Inconel or increase the thickness, and then they're going to be heavier. So that was a decision that I made. That was a compromise I wanted to make for these. We can always change it, but we've done prototyping after prototyping, 5 or 6 different cans, and we came to the conclusion of what we have.
There might be another step down the line, though, as far as the heat.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's 100. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
You guys that'll kind of be like a mind blower.
Yeah.
You know, that was crazy, wasn't it?
It was a mind blower. 100% it was.
What we'll do is, that's a good point, dude. What we're going to do is, when we get them here, the company that does it, that's making them, Echo Zulu Defense out of Sturgis,
I see they're on here.
they are going to sit down with us as soon as we get them. And we have the final design right now in Diamond Light Coating, Flat Dark Earth. They're going to sit down with us.
That's them.
And we're going to introduce them. We're going to have the suppressors here on the table. We're going to go through kind of their mindset, what they do, how they do it, and it'll be awesome. They just invested in a very expensive 3D printing machine, which we should be rolling these out here in mid-January, right? That's essentially the rundown on the new, most exciting piece of equipment that I would say.
That's the coolest shit.
I think. I agree. I could give you weight, size, specs.
I'm surprised you don't have those prototypes sitting over here.
There is right here.
Dude, I just remember picking that up the first time and going, like, thinking it was plastic or something. It's so light.
But that's a prototype. We changed the end caps. We changed the knurling on the front. So it's going to be. I like the upgrade better. It's a direct reflection of the OG Vapor, legitimately.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, you got to keep that. You got to keep that some of those legacy features so that people know what they're dealing with.
I have one of those prototypes on my night rig right now.
And it is stupid.
And it's staying on there until until the real shit gets here.
It is stupid quiet. Oh my gosh, man.
Or
it
just
is
stay on
noticeable.
Oh yeah.
It is just nuts how that is. Yeah, it's very impressive to say the least.
Yeah, it is.
We had a lot of interest in that. I've had a lot of interest in it. So you guys that want to get one, a lot of you guys.
Yeah, I got a lot of people asking if it's worth waiting for. When they're going to be done or whatever, and 100% it is.
And after the big beautiful bill passes in January, your $200 tax stamp is gone.
You ain't going to be able to make them fast enough.
Oh,
Right.
They will. Ask.
How much is that going to bump the wait time up?
No, these will be.
No.
Oh, you mean without the $200 tax stamp?
Yeah, the background check wait time.
I've heard put it out a year again. I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
I would guess that too, but since there's so much
And
that's
and
electronic,
I think it was all because of just for bullshit reasons.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are they're just saying screw it and forking over the $200 so that they can get it in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. I've had numerous guys.
I would.
Numerous guys doing the same thing. Like, I don't care, the $200.
Yeah.
But anyway, regarding what the price of this can is going to be less than what the OG Vapor was. And if we want to
Can't
go
be
into
that something better and cheaper.
Right?
Yeah. And the thing is if you look at the design, the internal design, which we'll go into detail on the podcast, Doug had spacers and spacers take up internal volume. We went 1.62. We don't have to have spacers. The baffles are actually a monolithic piece now to the wall, which isn't going to be a hypocritical remark based on previous remarks that I've made on monolithic cans. It's a completely different thing. It's just, it is. And very impressive nonetheless to see what they can do with a 3D printer. And I think it's going to be well worth it. Anyway, real quick on that before we go. So I'm 100% caliber specific. That's what I've always been about.
Yeah.
If we have a 6mm, if we have a 22-50, I'm going to run a 22 cal can on it. If we have a 7mm, try to run a 7mm vapor on it. But I get it. 6.5. Now we have 6.5 cans. The reason that we're going 6mm on this is because of how much more efficient it is, or I should even say effective it is over the OG Vapor. We're able to make it noticeably quieter with a 6mm hole. We could have went to a 224, but the differences in the decibel meter didn't make sense to not go 6 and open it up to numerous cartridge platforms. So that's why we did that. They're gonna be 6.
Yeah.
But they are quieter, 100% quieter than the 224 was on the 22 Creed, on the 220 Swift, on the 22-250, on the 223.
Have you even shot them, John?
Yeah, with you guys
I didn't know if you were
a couple
here or
times, but not a ton.
not. Yeah.
I didn't go up there with you guys or anything.
No, I didn't know if you were here when we were messing that day.
All right, the next that's going to be another podcast on that. So the next one is going to be TS Customs, right? We haven't done a podcast with Travis.
I'm surprised he hasn't. Yeah.
He's gonna come down and we're gonna do it. But what I wanted to do, I just talked to him for an hour the other day. What I want to do is we're getting so Keith has a 22 Creed. I had a 22-250 built by him. Both of them hammers, right? Just how it is. They're just hammers. And then John's getting a 22 Creed built right now with a different color schematic. Keith's getting a 22 Creed built right now with different color schematic, and so am I.
He built my last 3 match rifles.
He's good. All of them shoot, right?
And you still
yeah.
can't win?
No, lots of second places.
Lots of second place.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm stuck.
I was just fucking with you. I didn't know you placed that high.
So mine is going to be tan, a dark brown, a lighter tan, and then a white with a little bit of the carbon fiber, pimp coming out behind it. Keith's is going more towards the dark spectrum.
We're going to run it as a night rig. I already got my other Creed for the day, so I'm going to run that Creed at night too.
And it's going to have black Cerakote, a dark OD green, and then or it's going to be black, a dark OD green, and then like a darker carbonized gray.
Yeah.
It'll be pimp. And then John's is going to be the next, it's just right along those colors. It's going to have some gray and then some tan and then some white for kind of like this kind of terrain, this kind of environment and wintertime type of stuff. Heavy contoured barrels, which let's go right into here. All right. So TS Customs, Travis, he's a good dude. You guys can check him out on Instagram, TS Customs, go to his website, builds high-end rifles. He's our go-to guy now. What we are going to be doing, if we want to kind of break it down further from that, I talked to Tate, the owner of Impact Actions.
Are you backward? Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Tate.
I'm sorry.
Tate is the owner of Impact Actions. I got a hold of him 7 years ago. Never made contact again. COVID hit, blah, blah, blah. Something happened where we lost contact because the reason I was after his actions, and those are the actions that Travis puts on the rifles.
Yeah, we're just getting them.
Impact 737R is what's on your 22 Creed. 70-degree bolt throw over a 90, which is nice once you guys you don't even have to get used to it. It's just, I think it's better. The reason that I personally wanted to go with that was because at the time there was no other action manufacturers out there that made a monolithic recoil lug and a monolithic scope base other than the Surgeon 591. And then Surgeon got bought out by a big Teledyne Corp or some shit, and then they're actually selling the majority of their stuff to Pakistanis. That's what I just heard. So that was my genuine reason to go with that action. And now, he told me on the phone the other day. At the time, I wasn't really, I couldn't really work with you I couldn't work with you like I can on the level now, like the level that I can work with you now. He said, you know what? I want to do an exclusive action with you. That's what he said.
That'd be sweet.
And
I
we're
don't know
gonna.
if they've got it. And you could tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they've got a anodized tan.
I don't know if anybody does, to be honest. That's a good, that would be so, but regardless, they did do a skeletonized action for some custom rifles that Silencer Co. They're for Zev. Well, Silencer Co. bought Zev, and they were at the NFR. There was a big show at the rodeo thing, and they sold like 30 of them. He showed me pictures of them, and they are nasty. He's like, "Hey, how about we do something like this?" I'm like, "Yes." With this being
Was that
monolithic
just
and
like
that,
a short limited run or something on those?
yeah, it's not a limited.
They're
It's
gonna-
an
they're gonna-
exclusive.
okay.
Yes, but they're
they'll
going to offer them.
produce, yeah.
Yep, they're going to offer them 100%. So anyway, with that, what we're going to do is we're going to 100% roll with that exclusive action with them. I know we've been working with Bighorn Arms and they Zermatt because of AJ Goddard having the initial Bighorn TL2 and then him selling his design. You know, that was kind of one of the first actions that I purchased custom on the CR Mod O. So that's kind of where we went that route. But then, you know, I've got to make some decisions based on this and this and this. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be running the Impact custom action from them. I don't know what we're going to name it yet, but it's going to be an exclusive. Then we go to the barrel. I talked to Austin at CRB, Custom Rifle Barrels. He does the majority of his barrels go to PRS guys. And Travis Stevens sells a lot of his barrels. I talked to him just yesterday before Keith and I hit the weight room in town, and he is interested in doing an exclusive also. Now, these are going to be this year. They're not going to be early this year, but they're going to happen this year. And we're going for a heavier than what we get currently Contour. I want to go back to the OG M24, OG AMU, which is going to be like 0.975, 0.980 at the muzzle. Definitely not a straight taper, but heavier than the heavy Palma that we're currently running. And then hopefully Travis can flute them really deep. Not helical, just straight. Yeah. Unless you guys want to go helical, you can. I'm not
a fan of that.
Yeah,
not either.
It's a little bit, I'm just not a fan of it. But that's
too
what
much,
we're going to,
too much for me.
for what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm just kind of a plain guy.
So that's what we got going on, fellas, with rifles. And then Travis, I'm trying
So
to
what
get
you're
him on
saying
board.
is this action and the barrels and shit is going to come later in the season. So now we got to build another one this year.
Yeah, darn it. And then what I'm hoping at the same time is Travis is going to be implementing some new upgraded features in his KS1 stock.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I got to talk to him a little bit. Maybe
He just
we'll
needs to get
some
out here and we need to have
a
a sit down
podcast.
with him. Yeah.
Tell them what's wrong.
Yeah.
We are going to go down there and pick up
Fix.
those rifles first.
Oh,
we're just
shit.
going to jump in and cruise as
Okay,
soon as they're done.
yeah.
Probably not till after Christmas, but hopefully
Right.
between Christmas and the 1st.
I'm in.
Yep.
Yeah, when he
we'll take
messaged me
Keith's R. We'll take Keith's R in R mode. I'll pay for the fuel.
Yeah.
Then I can step on it as hard as I want.
When he messaged me about paint, I'm like, dang, those things must be coming
They're ready
along pretty quick.
Yeah, I think he's got the barreled actions done. He's just painting the stocks up. That's all I can think of regarding the rifles. So now we're just going to keep on going through this non-scripted. We're going to tell you guys if there's anything that pops up along the way. The next one that I have is obviously a company that we've been working with for a while, Fox Pro. We're going to be running now. So initially it was a Prairie Blaster because I thought it was the loudest and it was at the time. Then we went to the Shockwave because the speakers were bi-directional. You could move both of them in one direction. And then I went to the X-Wave, which had a upgraded speaker. They were a little bit louder, which I didn't necessarily think we needed, but regardless, I did like the upgraded control features and whatnot. And then we did mess with the X24 a little bit, which I'm not a fan of that. I've had guys ask me, I've got one, but I'm not a fan of it.
Giveaway.
And
Right?
I think it might have been, dude.
Really?
I think I did. I think I
Okay.
sold it. I don't
Yeah.
even see it. Now we're running the X360, and that is It's a beast, right? It barely fits in the Eberly stock, which we're going to be going over the Eberly stock pack that I'm currently running, which is a new one this year, just specifically so it would fit that
got a
collar
new
in it.
pack just so you could fit your collar.
Talk about problems. You have to order a new pack so that you can have a big enough pocket for your collar.
The only reason we're running a different collar this year though is because of the scale.
And then fitting that camera
That's
in
the
there
only
sucks
reason.
too.
The remote has a scale in it. That's it.
We need to calibrate that.
He
To
could
check
say
the
all
calibration.
he could say all the upgrades and everything, and it doesn't even matter.
Just the scale.
Just that scale.
So the remote has a scale, and I don't even know the name of the remote, the TX282R. I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Sounds like you know.
The old ones are a TX1000.
Did you just
I don't
throw
know.
that shit out there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know what it is. You'd have to look and see. But it's it's so some of the more fine details on it that I should mention is it has true 32-bit sound, which only comes into play for close stuff, which will be nice because it's it's a higher frequency.
Close
I
stuff
don't know if I
meaning
want to say
you-
ultrasonic.
Out of a certain speaker there or what?
It's just
Quieter
such
stuff?
it's such a higher pitch.
Frequency.
It doesn't travel.
Yeah.
It doesn't travel.
Yep.
It's only for closer range.
Yeah.
It won't travel that far.
Gotcha.
But like I was talking to Andrew, he's our marketing guy. He's a good dude. I've been in touch with him for a few years at Fox Pro. He treats us really well. Donates to kids' calling contests. Just an awesome company. He was telling me, or I was telling him, how many times has there been where we've seen a coyote, and it's not because we scare it, but we go, and it's too subtle to scare it, but he
But it
looks,
scares him.
gone,
Yeah,
because
right.
he's heard something before. He's heard it before. Well, I think that's where this higher frequency 32-bit sound is gonna. We haven't used it that way yet. Hey, John, would you shut that that?
It's
Yeah.
a furnace.
It's
It's a heater.
the heater, the whatever you call it.
You were stuttering so bad, dude.
3,200, but the 3,200 cubic feet heater cooler. So anyway, the thing is it's gonna be probably optimal in those settings. I think with that higher frequency, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. The other thing is, like Keith mentioned, the scale, which is awesome. The other thing, it does have a true. What's the
You can
name of
answer
it?
on there if you need to.
It's got a speaker underneath of it too that I didn't know about.
What is it?
It's got a speaker underneath of it, so it's a 360 directional, but underneath of it, it has a full sound speaker. He called it something, I can't remember what it is. A full range speaker, something. There's a full speaker underneath of it, and he said when you hit coyote like fights and growls, it's got a really low true bass sound to it. And he said not a lot of people know about it, so
That's the one with the like huge frequency range.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe I didn't ask him about it, but
I had someone ask me about it.
It's got double decoys on it too.
Oh, there's only two. I thought there
that's
was
a good. That's a
more.
good one. That's a really good point. I like it. It's a little bit different. You got to have a different software program on your computer installed to get your calls and your sounds in a folder. But I've got all of them in a folder, and it's a wicked setup. I like it. I like it a lot.
Is it about kind of heavy as the Prairie Blaster?
Yeah, because
pretty similar.
The thing with the Prairie Blaster that made it so heavy was that motorcycle battery.
What's nice too is it's got those legs. It kind of sits up out of
Yes,
the grass if you have
that's
to.
a
and
good
that
point
remote,
too.
That remote can hit it.
He did say that some of the older ones that was a bug. The legs would get loose if you deploy the legs a lot. And he said if that happens, I got a fix for it. But
They're
he
not
said
just an Allen wrench. You can't just tighten them.
he said there's a bushing or something they put in it. But he said with the later model that this one is, everything should be where it needs to be. So I'm hoping.
Got the bugs worked out of it.
He said one of the other bugs was if you're playing it and the sound just shuts off halfway through a sequence, he goes, you got to walk out there and restart it. I'm like, he goes, but I'm pretty sure yours doesn't have that issue. I'm like, oh, I hope so, dude.
Right.
We haven't had any issues with it yet.
Especially with one coming in.
Knock on wood, right?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
All right, let's go to the next big thing. So let's be honest here, guys. We've worked with Loophole for a few years, and there's a lady, her name's Kaylee at Loophole, and she's just a phenomenal contact. She treated us really good, and fortunately for her, she moved up in stature. She's a little bit higher, so my point of contact there went kind of gone. I got put in touch with a different dude, and he wanted us to, and this is no griping. This is how it is. He wanted us to market a little bit lower end optic.
I can understand that though.
I do,
honestly.
100%. It's
In the
genius on their
Predator
level.
industry,
Yeah.
They sell way more.
It's
of
a
them.
no-brainer.
They
100%.
probably sell 5 times the amount of Leupold Mark IVs as they do Mark Vs.
Yeah.
And
Not that I know, but
and he's like, we just need to get that out there a little bit more. But when it comes to what we do and how and trust me guys, it's not about the dollar amount. It's not. I don't care that the Mark Vs are $1,000 more than a Mark IV. It's not like we're gonna box them up and sell them and try to get more value out of them. No, it's about options. It's about the optical clarity. It's about the features. Yeah, exactly. The quality that we prefer. Okay,
and that's what you've always been about ever since like when I was in college. When you first got your FFL, before that, it was always what's the best thing I can get, not the most expensive. What can I get my hands on? What can I test out? And the thing that I performs the best is where I'm going.
Which primarily, usually, unfortunately for guys, it's usually the more expensive.
Yeah.
But there is a big difference in the Mark IV versus the Mark V. There is, and we noticed that as soon as we got them out of the box, which we're still going to use them. I've got them on that BX. I think it's, what is it? What's that? That's a Benelli BX. Beretta BX4 or BX. I can't.
It's straight pull truck.
It's
gun.
like a Blouser from overseas. You know, it's a straight, It's like that dude that shot him up in Australia. The same thing, straight back, just boom. You can run an AR-10 mag in it. You could put a 20-round, 30-round, 308 mag. Slick setup, but that's where I put that. Mine's a 2-10 Leupold. And if you grab that box right there, John, you don't even have to. You can keep your headphones on. It's right underneath my Comtax. That's, I think, the one that Keith got. We don't even have it out on a rifle yet, but yeah. So these are the Mark IVs, right? It's the Mark IV HD. Keith got the 4.5 to 18 by 52 M5C3 reticle. There's just some things like what he thought was really good was they had an illuminated reticle, which the Mark Vs do too, but the Mark V illuminated version is really expensive. You can just tell the compromises. Like, it doesn't have a parallax knob.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's almost like
the higher magnification range has a parallax knob. Mine has a parallax knob.
mine don't. Keith's does.
And didn't you say
Does it
that?
really?
Yeah. I'm not mistaken. I gotta definitely address that. My 2 to 10 does not have a parallax.
Yeah, but I mean that's the LVPO thing, right? LPVO.
Maybe mine does, dude, and I'm not whacked out.
No, it doesn't.
No,
It doesn't. 'Cause I
okay.
remember looking and I was confused too. I'm like,
'Cause
dude,
it's not
what
there,
the
and I'm like,
heck?
I don't like that. But it is. It's for what it is.
For a call gun though, dude.
Yeah, and
That
very
that
good.
low mag?
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. No gripes about it.
Well, and don't they only offer one reticle?
What is that one? What's the reticle on that? It's some goofy. Yeah, it's some like 5C3, whatever the hell it is. I don't know.
M5C3. I know that the reticle is not bad at all, but I would definitely prefer a different one.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's got the floating center dot, but it's thick and everything else.
Especially when you zoom in, it's just painted thick, or it's just
Etched.
It's etched thick. It's a different deal. So with that said, Leupold has worked with us a lot, and we continue to. We had an awesome contact there, Michael Baclieri. A lot of you guys know who he is. He works there. But we made I tried to do this before we got a hold of Leupold. I did, honestly. Tried to get a hold of Night Force. Before we got a hold of Leupold, before we were where we are now. And it was just tough to get a hold of them. You know, they were more of a military, bigger,
That's funny.
higher end type of a company.
Joe goes, I wouldn't be surprised if James didn't notice, but he had an NX5 for 5 years, or an NXS for 5 years before I showed him that it had illumination. That's what Joe said.
So maybe 5 months, 5 days, Joe. Come on now.
2 weeks.
I did have the whole NX line. The Night Force was the first, I would say, legitimate long range optic that I owned. I owned the whole NXS line, the 3.5 to 15, the 5.5 to 22, the 8 to 32, and the 12 to 42. If I remember correctly, all the magnifications. They didn't have zero stop. This was before that. All they basically had was exposed turrets, exposed windage, and then, of course, parallax. Awesome high-end piece of glass, but they've come so far, like Leupold has as well. And so we're not used to Night Force, but this new stuff that they have, like I just talked to Justin Jacobson from Utah Air Guns yesterday. He was at the airport, and he just called the bullshit. And I asked him about that. He said, how do you like in that Theos optic? Because his son is one of the main Element dealers in the United States, big time. And I'm like, I like it. And I love the Element optic. And, I go, your opinion, I've never ran an attacker, a Nightforce attacker. But I want to know what your personal opinion is on the Nightforce attacker versus the Mark Vs. And he said, the attacker's got better glass. He goes, that attacker has the best glass he thinks out of everything out there, other than some of the high-end elements, is what he said.
Yeah.
I know people who say that too, unless you're comparing them to like ZCOs or Tangent Thetas.
Schmidt and Bender or something like that that's got really
I haven't heard anybody say Schmidt and Bender for a long time. I don't even know if they're in the game anymore.
They are, but they might not be. They might be phasing themselves out because of price. But yeah, they're Schmidt and Bender, and I know what you're saying. So what we made a contact with a really nice lady at Nightforce, and she talked to other people. She's like, I really like what you guys are doing. We haven't really ever marketed to guys in the industry that you're in. She's like, well, let me talk to these guys. And they I think one of them watched some of our stuff, and nothing crazy. Don't want to get paid for it. But she's like, they said that they'd be interested in working with you. What's your plans? What do you want to know? I'm like, well, we're building 3 rifles. How about we put 3 scopes on them and we run them? And we don't do anything crazy. All we do is tell guys what we're running, how we're running them, why we're running them. And the main thing is excuse me, our goal is just to kind of keep accumulating, not product, but data, right? We want to keep using equipment that gets better and better and better and better. And I've never ran an attacker. I've never looked through one. Maybe at Shields.
And a lot of people say that they're so good. Well, why wouldn't we try it?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we try to get one of those and compare it to a Mark V?
No different than how many different suppressors we've run.
And the thing is it's a guy wants to stay true to say like Leupold worked with this a lot. And there's a certain part where you're a trader for the stuff that they've given you. Dude, that one trip, that Quint that you guys got's got 5 or 6 million views. And we're running the Mark V. You guys are running the Mark V.
Yeah,
we're
it's not like we left them hanging,
That's advertisement. That's way more than the worth of the optic that they gave us, in my opinion.
Right.
And that's not a dick measuring contest. That's just, hey, dude, let's fucking be happy with what we got, right? Yeah. And keep moving, keep getting accumulated. But there'll be a time if Nightforce like, dude, we love what you're doing. How about we get you whatever you need whenever you need it? Plus, we pay you guys.
As I say,
guess what?
Once you start getting checks in the mail from big companies like that, as far as
that we're proud, or that is something that's like the best of the best.
Yes.
That I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. Not these guys that give away 10,000 free cheap scopes. Not cheap, but budget.
Yeah. And I'm not going to badmouth Vortex. There's a lot of guys that the warranty sells itself. Yeah. You throw them bitches off the whatever, and guess what? You're going to get a new that appeals to so many people, but it's just not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's
not
ridiculous.
Really our cup of tea.
Even like our brother-in-laws, the coyote hunter, shouldn't say coyote hunters, the ranchers. Hey, I want a scope that I can throw in my Ranger. And they're like, well, this one's only $200 and has a lifetime warranty. I'm like, well, there you go then, dude. Exactly. If you want to have to use your warranty, go for it.
It's just a different mindset. It's 100%. Like that's how most people think. And it's most people, that's what they can afford, and we get it. But so I'm getting the 4-16. I wanted the same form factor as what the Mark V 3.6 to 18 was, as close as I could relate to that. Unfortunately,
in the attacker?
Unfortunately they were out for, she said, like, you're like 18 weeks. She found one for me.
Oh shit.
So that's my choice. I just want to try and compare that. And then Keith and John, I think both of you guys got the 5-25.
What did she find for you?
The 4-16. That's the hottest one. She's like, it's just one of those DMR SPR style rifle optics that guys want. And that's I just wanted to compare it to the Mark V because they're
most
close,
similar.
But most similar.
Yeah.
And then they do have some new stuff coming out at SHOT that I was supposed to have a meeting with her today, and I don't know if she tried to get a hold of me, but she was going to show me some secretive stuff that can't get released yet. And they're excited, and they said, if you like what we have now, she goes, we'd be interested in work with you after the first, after SHOT Show with what we're releasing. I'm like, let's go.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be running on these builds. The Nightforce Attacker, we'll tell you guys, we'll do a bunch of IG lives, hopefully probably get a review knocked out after we get some kills. And that's that.
Are those here yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, Matthew said the the focus inside of 50 yards on the attacker isn't great. And I'm like,
No,
that's
he's-
not what the Mark 5 HD.
Exactly.
But that's not what it's
No,
for.
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
No, that's how it is on the Mark V, because that's
Yeah.
exactly what Justin and I talked about. Justin Agos, he goes, the reason that we don't really run the Mark V a lot is because for most of our shots with air guns, it's
Especially with
50
Utah air
yards and
guns,
in.
yeah.
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 And he goes, and it's junk. You can't
Yeah.
use it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I got you. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And he said the attackers dial right in. So that is
To
something
like
I can see.
15
That.
or something.
Yeah, close. 10 even maybe.
Yeah.
So there's that. Anyway, before we get to the next segment,
Today's hold is fucking grab your ass.
Right.
what is it?
Some guy asked what today's hold was. What the hold is on today's wind.
Is that what he
So just
said?
hold your ass.
Yeah. Isn't that no kidding? Jeez. that was
81
crazy.
miles an hour was ours.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it not very long ago, and I remember shooting in like our average was 40 gusts, and for
Today
every
you mean, or what?
no,
Oh,
not
total?
today, a while ago when I
Yeah.
shot, and
Oh, shit.
every hold, holy crap, Tuck's ass stinks. Every shot, your windage hold was more than your elevation hold, and today was twice as bad.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get to the next one, guys, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of update and info about one of our sponsors that we've had for about a year. We were, I don't have anything written down. This is all just going to be ad-libbed. We've been talking about it for a long time. How awesome would it be to be able to get somebody to work with us in the meat jerky industry in particular? Something we could throw in our packs, something that's got high protein, something that's good and healthy for you, minimal to no ingredient additives. And that's exactly what these are. Fortunately for us, these fellas are only about 30 miles from where we live. Dakota Pure Bison. They're local, no hormones, no antibiotics, no added any of that stuff. You look at something like these 2 sticks, you have 18 grams of protein per stick.
Those aren't even out yet.
Yeah, those aren't even, no, they're not.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have showed you.
No,
guys.
you
Sorry.
can. They're just trying them. They're just testing them. They're just testing it. I talked to him. But these are my favorite, these bison steak strips.
Honey,
The honey bison steak strips. They're I mean,
they have that.
so good. So good, guys.
Sweet and spicy in this. So
Amazing, huh?
Yes.
The teriyaki one is really good too.
It's the muscle jerky.
Those are more like get a good jaw workout.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are. These will do it too. But
These are like traditional strip
yeah.
jerky. That's
Yeah.
like ground jerky.
go to DakotaPureBison.com. When you guys check out, use OPS10, OPS10 at checkout to save yourself 10%. They also have cuts of meat. We've got the tenderloins, we got sirloin tips, we've got bison burger. The kids actually legitimately love that stuff, the bison burger.
Tenderloin or ribeyes were
Unreal.
stupid.
So
good.
dad always bitches about, oh, you have this and this and this. And you guys don't like, you don't eat chicken. You eat beef.
Yeah.
Because
We raise beef. What are you doing?
Exactly. We don't say a word to him.
No.
We cooked that shit up and he ate it. He's cutting it with the fork. He's like, where'd you get this steak at? I'm like, why?
4-H
And he's
calf.
like, yeah. And he's like, who's 4-H? I
Yeah.
think you said that.
I might have.
And he's like, what? Who's that? And I'm like, that's Buffalo. And he's like, no. I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
I told him over and over. It's unreal, fellas. You guys should get some of that. I'm going to start a tradition this year. I say it every year. I'm going to start a tradition. We have some steak downstairs. I get my Alaskan prawns from Keith from his store. We're going to have prime rib. We're going to have high-end buffalo cuts from Dakota Pure Bison. And then we're going to have some Alaskan prawns. That's going to be the new tradition for us. All right, next step, next one up here. Let's go to, I think Tuck. Look at Tuck. He wants out. Look at him. He's like, fuck, get me out of here. Tuck, come here, Tuck. Let me show you. Come here, Tuck, Tuck. Show you guys Tuck. Come here, Tuck. I gotta show you guys on the camera real quick. Look at this guy. Come here, Tuck.
Come here, buddy. Right here. Come on.
Is he going over?
He's right here.
Yeah, lift him up. Lift him up. Show him on the camera. This is our little guy. We get this little bastard riled up, and he freaking little muscle ball. Just get him right up there. Listen to him snort. Oh, there you are, Tuck. What's up, Tuck?
He's looking for that jerky. I think I dropped a piece and he fucking.
You should put one in your mouth
like
and let
he
him
about-
eat some.
Like the
Oh,
back
he
of your
can smell it,
throat.
dude. He's a cool little dog. He's not. He usually Frenchies are really wound up, crazy psychos. He'll get there
He can
sometimes.
be, but yeah. Oh, that's too big for you, dude.
Right?
You just get a little here.
You should let me have a piece of that, would you please?
Yeah, dude, jaw workouts, right? Like
Oh
that's- It's super good,
Dude.
But it's legit old school jerky.
You guys, throw this in your hunting pack.
Yeah,
throw this in your truck.
That muscle stuff is next level.
This is just where it's at. Like, you don't need to come back home for dinner. You're out doing midnight bangers with the kill boxes. Go back to the truck. You got these. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm hungry too, so it's even worse. All right,
Well, you didn't even tell them your promo code.
Ops
Yeah, I
10.
did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
OPS 10. All
I
lowercase,
didn't
just
hear it.
Ops 10. Knock picks and IRA. All right, that's gonna be a good one, guys. Knock picks and IRA. I'm gonna fill you guys in on a little bit of information just so you know, because a lot of people are like, so what did IRA do? Quit? Now it's knock picks? No, IRA still has a line of multi-function devices. What I mean by that is there'll be a dual purpose setup, like the RH25 V2, the Hybrid 50, the Hybrid 75. There's another hybrid that's got that. I think it's the Hybrid 50R. I can't remember what it is, but it's got the new 10 micron sensor in it. Anything that can serve as not just a weapon sight, but also a clip-on system is staying under IRA. All of the designated weapon sights, anything that is just strictly serves one purpose, which is a weapon sight on a weapon system, is moving over to knock picks. And then it's being renamed. So like the RH50R Mark II, the RL42R Mark II, for example, the RH50R now is called not the Mark II, it's the H50R Rico II. So don't get confused. There's nothing crazy going on. It's just a sister company like Chevy GMC or Chevy Cadillac. You get the idea. Anyway, the new units that we're running is I'm personally going to be running the Knockpix Ace S60R, which is a tubular style optic. Looks like a day optic. You close the objective cover and you can't tell, really. It's got an integrated rangefinder that I personally think is so much better than the module that sticks off the Pulsar Thermion. It's got integrated ballistics, 2560 by 2560 display resolution. I also like the fact that it doesn't have a proprietary battery. Runs off of 18650s, which is what my thermal on my helmet runs on all of our helmets, 18650s, so they're interchangeable. I do like that feature. I don't really like the feature that's got an integrated battery as well, but regardless, it's simple and easy to change out rechargeable batteries that aren't proprietary. The other thing that I would say is a standout feature on that optic is optical magnification. So it's a 1:3, but the base mag is 2x. So on the low end, it's 2x. At the high end, it's 6x. And that is all optical. That's not digital. That's optical. And you can zoom into 6 at 100 yards, 150 yards, and make a simple shot with maintaining just as good of image quality as it is on 2x. You need to go a little bit further. You spin the top turret. It goes up in increments of 1/10 of an x in digital magnification, and I like it. It's really easy to get behind on a bolt gun. Very similar eye relief as a day optic. Very same sight height. There's optimal 1.6. I think is optimal with that one. I can get the D-Lock mount for them. If any of you guys are interested, let me know. But I like that. I like that optic. I'm going to hammer with it quite a bit this year. And then Keith just upgraded to, you put a new one on your rig as well. But his is a Knockpix as well. What do you think about that one?
Oh, it's crazy. Just it's the updated version of what we were running last year.
Yeah, we're running the RS75s.
Yeah.
This is called the S75R Rico 2.
Yeah.
It's got an integrated rangefinder, which is a massive upgrade. The thing that I noticed on it is the display. Like the main reason that I always wanted to run that Knockpix Ace was because shouldering up the rifle, getting good eye relief.
Yeah. And did you run that Ace a little bit at the end of the year last year?
The H50R I did.
Okay.
H50R
Yeah.
before you could even say what they were.
Yeah.
But that S75R that Keith has, there is so much forgiveness and eye relief on that. It's unreal. Like Keith and John mounted it, and you guys put it and zeroed it while I was dicking around doing something. You had that mounted way far ahead.
Yeah.
I liked what it looked like.
I moved it back a tiny bit. Excuse me, but yeah, it was way up.
And you could just
you could still look through it with your. I mean, you didn't have to have your eye down on it or anything.
And you didn't have to turkey neck up in front of it.
Right.
And it got way out of the way of your bolt, running your bolt.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close.
Exactly.
All the buttons are real similar, so it won't be a big learning curve, I guess, or a big much difference.
You're gonna go up
the
there
focus
and hit
is the focus knobs and everything are definitely way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then having to do it over the objective.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
And
hit
even
that
the zoom, dude.
button to
is-
zoom. That's
it's
what I was
like
gonna
that
say.
throw lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic zoom instead of hitting a button.
And I think
to
that's
zoom.
what John and I are both going to run, isn't it?
Yeah. No, he's gonna get 3 of them out. We're sending the old R75s back.
Right.
I might find
I boxed mine up already.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I might find myself taking that S60.
Well, you just have to. Yeah. I wouldn't take it. I would just get another rig and
Yeah.
set it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn it.
Yeah.
Sucks when you can have
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you gonna get another gun at?
Well,
From Travis.
yeah. from Austin and from Tate.
Yeah.
So the other thing, those are the I would say the pinnacles of what we're going to be running tonight, which is those are the two hallmark optics of what what Knockpicks offers. I will note there is I mean, we've already went over the RH25 V2 on some stuff, which is an awesome upgrade. We've been running that for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just, I mean, magnesium alloy housing. It's got a lot better ocular lens that you look through, a lot bigger. It's more along the lines of a PVS 14.
Well, just like the other night we went out, I'm like, it still blow your mind every time you look through it, even after running it for a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, holy shit.
It's supposed to have even better runtime than the version 1, but the biggest thing for me is the ocular lens. It's 2/3 bigger than the version 1. So you on a helmet, so much easier, so much more user friendly. And then the other thing, it does have audio as well, which, I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's a lot easier for us to sync up shots when we're doing video purposed content.
Can they get the D-Lock in the 35 millimeter?
What scope? What scope is it? What
What are you
optic?
talking about? The D-Lock, the mount.
Yeah. They're gonna start offering it. I just talked to Mark Darros. He's the Mark Darros. D-Lock stands for Darros Lock on Control. He just messaged me. They're gonna be offering them in anodized tan,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna be 30, 34, and 35 in cantilever and straight down scope mounts.
There you go, Matt.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if they're available yet, but they will be.
Right.
They will be soon. I was going to mention this too. I'm really impressed with the Knockpicks Quests. Right. We've got the Quest
that's the most
H35s. the
binos?
binos. So first time,
Yeah.
give us your experience. The first time driving around scanning out.
Well, I
the
mean,
window.
it's just like looking through a pair of binoculars during the day, you know, but it's obviously thermal. And then the rangefinder right there in them too.
Is there image stabilization?
yeah.
A little.
Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what Keith said.
I mean, I kinda
remember him
figured,
driving
but-
around, and he goes, there
Yeah,
must
you
be
can-
some kind of stabilization in this. I'm like, no way, dude. Let me look. So
Yeah.
we handed him over, and I'm like, 100%
you
there is.
You can drive right down the road and look out the window and just perfectly fine.
That's good. How much mag? What's base mag on them?
three mag on the 35s, 4 on the 50s.
And that's probably a little bit of it too. I mean, such a low mag
No,
helps you keep them steady.
No,
You don't think so?
No,
Yeah,
not in thermal.
It's
Not in
100%.
thermal.
You can
That's
just,
true.
you can tell, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a
a
quality,
deal.
man.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
The other thing is, like he said, the rangefinder. But like I was telling guys a bunch of misinformation, and I sold a bunch of them. But it's not bad. It was actually good because I'm like, you know what? They're not articulating like a pair of binos. Right? You can't bring them together.
Yeah.
And I'm
you
like,
were almost calling Tyler.
and I'm like, gosh, they need to have something. There's got to be some setting. And I was selling them to guys. I'm like, but they must have a big enough display in both eyes that they're so forgiving. You just put them up, and it might take a little bit to get used to for that image to fuse, but it does. And then we started messing. I came up here one day. I'm like, dude, this is bullshit. There's no way. There's 100%. You got to squeeze those eye cups together. I tried it right when I got them, and they didn't move. And I'm like, I don't want to break nothing, so I'm not going to do it. They must not have it. Then I looked in the instructions, or I Googled it. Shit. So I freaking pushed them. Oh, there they went. Boom, boom.
Yeah. It's like the SIGs.
The Sig Zulu 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just squeeze them together, pull them apart. Very nice piece of equipment for the price. You're looking at $3,000 for the 35s and $34.99 for the 50s. And that they're like, I mean,
They're worth it.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I would easily throw
For
them
that-
in my
that
middle
price,
console and
yeah,
leave them in my
100%.
rack, dude. They're nice.
Yeah.
Going to the Eberly stock. So Keith and I went to SHOT Show. Real quick before we go there, I get a ton of questions every year. What packs are you guys running? Blah blah blah. Keith and John are on the X31s, And then I'm running the G2. I'm not running the G2. I'm running the G4. I was running the G4 operator. That's a big pack. And then I wasn't quite sure if that pack would accommodate that new X360. So I got a hold of Noah. He's the marketing dude there. Good guy. He's like, man, you know what? I'd look at the Terminator. And the Terminator, you have to add a scabbard. The scabbard isn't necessarily integrated, but you can modify it so it is. And it works. I like it. It's a little bit bigger than the G4. The camera tripod fits in the scabbard a little bit tighter. Good for a rifle, easily good for a rifle. But that's not really the unit, the piece of equipment that we're really excited about.
It's probably pretty nice for your tripod though. I mean,
It is.
it doesn't back and forth.
Exactly.
You know, in that scabbard, it sits in there nice.
Absolutely.
Is it tight in there like that all the
Yeah.
time, or is it because of your call a little bit?
No, it's pretty much because of the scabbard. So the scabbard on the Terminator, you can unvelcro it and make it wider. You can actually make it
I
wider.
remember that.
And in order for me to fit it, I pushed it through the pack and pulled it down through. I didn't adjust it. I kind of left it tight, and so it
pack
just
itself.
naturally.
Yeah.
The
pack
scabbard. The scabbard I left velcroed, and I
Okay.
pulled it through. And just by the nature of that being that tight, the tripod, like you said, on my camera, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the scabbard, but it doesn't need to. The camera doesn't necessarily sit up that much higher, if any higher at all, but it's stiff. It doesn't wobble back and forth, and I like that. With the room to actually fit the call too, so it's it's got a lot of internal cubic inches. It's awesome. And then we're also going to be running a chest rig from them that gives you the option to hopefully run that bigger remote or store that bigger remote from Fox Pro, because we're running the Eberly stock Bino pouch right now.
You can run that bigger pack. I'll stick with the pouch.
But yeah, they're nice, though, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I
I mean,
like 'em.
I like
Yeah.
them too. Discreet.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for maybe something where I could stick that
That would be handy.
big
though.
remote and
Yep.
not have to.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking for. But anyway, last year at SHOT Show, Keith and I went and we stopped and talked to Eberly Stock. Keith was moseying around looking through all the packs,
Yeah.
and they had one there.
Yeah.
And you can explain to them.
Well,
on that.
they didn't have that one there, but they had the ones we were running. And I was telling them how the handle's in the wrong spot. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like
Explain to the handle situation so people know.
A couple
Explain
different ways, like the handle's like on the wrong side of the scabbard almost.
Yeah, it should be all the way to the front, like so that it touches your neck
Yeah.
if you have the
Yeah.
backpack
Yeah.
on. And it's
Yes.
where it is it's on the opposite side of the
Yeah.
gun. So
It's
it's
on
in
the-
the middle of the pack.
It's like on the pack side of the scabbard. So the scabbard's against your neck.
Yep.
So, and I said something about that to him, and then there was something else, and I can't remember what it was. And the two things I told him that we didn't like or didn't work, it sucked. They switched it. And they already had a pack built or designed, just hadn't came out yet. But I can't remember what that second one was. If you remember,
Didn't he go and show us? And there was one that had the handle in the right spot, and you're like, yes, like
that
this.
might have been, dude.
Remember,
Yeah,
because it
that
was
might
the
have-
one. He's like, take a look at this one.
Yes,
And you're
yeah.
like,
And there was
what is
something-
this one, dude?
There was something else with the zippers or something different that was like it 100%
change.
fixed exactly
Yeah.
what we had.
Yep.
And that
the bitch about.
sounds like stupid minor, but when you go to take
Yeah,
your pack
yeah.
off and you go to grab your gun and
Yeah.
your stock is in the way,
Yep.
like
Yep. It's
it,
just
it turns
was-
into a bigger deal than you
yeah.
think.
It was weird. I mean, and maybe it was a side handle. I don't remember what it was. Something else though.
It might have been a side handle.
And,
it was.
and either way, they had both things that we had issues with or didn't like as much. They had them both fixed on that pack.
and he showed it to you, and you're
Yeah,
like, dude,
yeah.
James,
I
come
said,
look at
that's
I was,
perfect.
I was bullshitting with this guy,
Yep.
talking to this guy. He's like, you got to check this out. And I'm like, dude, when is that? And he's like, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Well, a long while. A while is
That while is
the end
here.
of this month.
Yeah, that
The end
while
of-
is here.
The end of January.
Right.
The end of January. I don't know, with the small amount of people that follow and listen to us, we'll let it go. I mean, that's
And what
the
they-
details.
What are
on
they
it.
calling that pack? The
So
Prep?
it was the Overwatch,
There you go.
but they changed it to Spectre.
Spectre. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So it'll be the Spectre.
Yep.
That's what we're getting. We're all three getting the
Yeah,
Spectre.
yeah,
100%.
that's the pack that
That's
you
where it's
that you
at,
want.
dude.
Will that call fit in yours?
Yeah.
we'll make it.
You'll make it.
I'm pretty sure it will.
Get
dude.
some OBI connectors
That's
if you have
100%
to.
the dual pack for what we're doing for sure.
And
hopefully.
it destroys all
Yeah.
of the problems that we've had,
Yep.
and that's the end all, be all, cure all. I
Yep.
think from just you're right. It'll be wicked. So we're really excited. Eberly Stock has treated us really well. I would love to get Glenn on the show. I want him here in person, and I think we could. He flies an airplane. I'd pay for his way to get here, but his story deserves to be told on a podcast. And I don't think I've ever really seen him on a platform like ours. I don't. But anyway, he got started. He's got a cool story, and it'd be really cool to hear from him. He got started because he was a biathlon. He was a biathlon, right? The ski and shoot is what that is.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, dude, what if I did? That's
right.
how
I
he
forgot.
developed his pack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
He's a
maybe
stud.
I did, but I forgot.
He's a stud. And right out of college, I mean, I'm not going to say the internet was just starting, but the internet was still dial-up shit, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking all over online for Bino packs, and I was always searching for shit to make my being able to be more efficient at what we do, right? Carrying shit easier, not to look cool, but for functionality, legitimately. And I came across his stuff 20 years ago. It had to be within 3 or 4 or 5 years after he started offering product to the commercial market for real. And I got a hold of him. I just kept trying for about a year off and on. I just was really persistent. Finally got through to him. And this was when Rush was like 6, man, or 5. And I showed him a video of when I took Rush with us to Christmas Eve Devil down there. And he goes, dude, I love what you're doing. I like how you're bringing kids into it. I like the quality of your content. How about we add you to media partners to be? I'm like, wow, whatever. He's like, I go, what's that consist of? He goes, well, I'll put you on the website. People will go to take a look at your stuff. We'll get you whatever you need. I'm like, let's go. That's all I'm asking for. You know, if I need a good product, or you guys come out with something new that would fit us better, absolutely. So ever since then, we've had a relationship. And it's the point where we got a promo code. We can offer a promo code if you guys ever want to go there. Best packs that I've used, we would not get what we're getting without their shit. That's just how it is. They deserve credit where credit's due.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
And obviously, they spend a lot of time in the field
to know that,
learn that shit.
Yes, exactly.
Have their guys. Yeah, it's not like they're just
throwing shit at the wall,
desk, sitting in the office, building a pack. You know, it's like
throwing shit at the wall to see if it'll stick. You know, it's a little bit more than that. So that's what I've got written down for Eberly stock. And then I should maybe touch base on the Element Theos 2 to 10 real quick. We've done a lot of content with that. I'm going to be doing a review. I have that project open on my computer right now. I've got the intro done. I've just got to kind of sit down and bullshit. I just got to sit down and talk about what I like about it, why I like it, what platform I think it's going to work the best on. We kind of went at both ends of the spectrum. We went with an SBR, you know, which is probably a little bit
overkill.
Yes, the optic is overkill for the rifle, for the platform. And then we went kind of underkill on Keys 22 Creed because we're at 10 power shooting at 1,200 yards, but it did it. Yeah. Very impressive.
Didn't that just get released in like the end of October?
Yeah, but he had guys. I asked Justin Jacobson about that too because his son is the one that deals it. I'm like, how do you determine, you know, what guys you send that to? And I'm like, because there was already videos out about that before I even got that one in hand. He goes, you know, just people call. Most of the time people call us and get a hold of it. They see it, something gets leaked. I'm like, well, that's how it was. Joe is the one that leaked the picture to me. He found it on Snipers. I'm like, what's this? So I got a hold of him and just so happened to be Justin Jacob. Yeah, that's how
cool.
it happened. Joe sent me a picture and I'm like, holy shit.
He just
cool,
said,
dude.
you're welcome for the Theos.
Right? So that's how that went. But the Theos is a 2 to 10 optic from Element Optics that fits a gap of a very, I would say, a very demanded, a very people want it. People 100% want that 2 to 10. That's a hot area to be in for magnification. And then also, like I said, for the Night Force 4 to 16. It's the same kind of an idea right in there. It's kind of fits that special purpose rifle, that designated marksman rifle that's a mid-range capable weapon system. And it's just kind of the hot thing right now. I don't know if it's a hot thing or if it's just a performance area that people wanted and they're finally getting around to making it.
Kind of covers such a big area.
It does. It does, 100%. You're absolutely right. That's right where the freaking meat of the majority of the work that we do is in.
Yeah, don't you turn every time we get on a set, you turn your scope to 7.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something nobody told you to do. That's something after 1,000 kills or plus, you're like, hey, guess what? This is where I'm at. This is where I like it. This is the easiest place to be.
And he always checks it too, because I ride right next to his gun and I screw with it a lot. I don't screw with his. I don't screw with the
Dials
dials.
my shit.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
pretty
do
cool.
that, but
That's
I do
actually-
mess with your magnification.
That's really cool, though. I mean, that's just like, you
Just
know,
one of those
I
habit-
look at my
habit deal.
shit, and when I
Yeah.
lay down,
Checklist.
I'm on 7X, and
Yeah.
we're ready to go.
I know the shit I'll get if I fuck it up.
It
On the
very-
ride-
which
on the
very-
ride out.
which doesn't, which there's not even like when, yeah, it's, I mean, it's very, doesn't happen very often, if at all. But, I mean, that the scope, it's cool. It's offered in black. It's offered in tan, anodized. Really, the other thing I was really impressed with was the glass quality. Oh my gosh. Right. 100% absolutely right in line with the Leupold Mark Vs.
Yeah.
You hold that up next to the 3.6 to 18 and it's right there. You hold it up to the Leupold Mark V 2 to 10, I think it's better.
Really?
I think it's better than the 2 to 10. Yep. Yeah. It's a little bit
think so,
bigger.
too.
It's a little bit bigger of a form factor, right? The objective is 44 versus the 34 on the 35 on the Night Force. The objective is literally, I think it's 35, but it's got a little bit bigger of a bell. It exceeds what the Mark V can do at the same power, at the same magnification range, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think the illuminated reticle option is better too. I like how it lights up the center. It's crisp and clean along the lines. There's no fuzz. There's no glow. It's
I
just
agree
a
with that.
crisp. I look at things like that. And when you record with the trigger cam, which we did, you'll see it on the review. I mean, it's a very well put together, thought out optic. That,
Dude, and then the toolless Zero. I've
Yes.
been saying that forever.
Yes.
That you get the super cheap scopes,
Yep.
and it's that same way. You unscrew it with a quarter or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this one just has good knurling. I go, why don't more scopes have that? Why do
Everybody.
you have to use the tiny ass Allen key?
Yep, you got to carry that shit in your pack, and if you're out in the field and you want to re-zero, come back to the house if you forget. Absolutely, that's a selling point. If I see a toolless Zero on something like that, Zero Stop, and you don't have to like dick around like you do the Mark V, and basically keep the turret in the same position
Yeah.
and turn with the screwdriver. Well, this one here, it automatically it's a toolless return or toolless zeroing cap. But the other cool thing, there's two other cool things. When you re-zero your turret,
It changes the zero stop.
yes, it changes the zero stop automatically.
Yes.
And it goes down past 0.5 of a mil.
Goes a mil, I think.
Nope, 0.5.
Oh, that's it. So it's the same as the Mark V HD.
Yeah.
It goes down 0.5 of a mil, and then you back it to the zero.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it's the other thing that I really like is the parallax. I mean, it's something that most people will never notice, but you hit that 100 yard on the parallax and it stops. It's
I
not
felt
a
that.
stop, but you can feel the recess and it stops you right there. I'm like, that's good. If you're
Is
in
that
the dark,
good is that 200
every time.
Okay.
Nope, just the 100.
No, just the 100.
Just the
Okay.
100. And I'm like, I really like that for a reference point.
Yeah.
It's just a feel.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
there it
shit.
is. There it is. If I'm not paying attention,
Just little details that
absolutely.
I remember feeling that and going, dude, did you notice this? This isn't an error. Like when I first did it, I thought that it was something wrong. And then I looked
Yeah.
at it, I'm like, oh, snap. That's a nice little feature.
Yeah.
So there's that. We'll get into detail on that. SIGs, right? The SIG Zulu 6. I've talked to the rep at SIG. Image stabilized binos is a whole nother thing. A whole nother thing in itself.
Dude, that was your
opinion.
idea to get those for Dad for Christmas last year.
Yep.
We split it up.
You can explain to those. I'm just
That's
gonna
a game
check-
changer, too.
Explain to those. I'm just
Right.
gonna look at this real quick.
What do you-
I'm gonna check.
yeah, the image stabilized in those binos are. I mean, I would use those over Swaros.
What-
Just
what was
because of
the-
the image stabilizers.
Right. They're not as clear, obviously, as a Swaros and not as good as the
Right.
the
But like
low
James
light.
was saying, Matthew got those NLPers and the glass is so good in them, but it's like you can't hold it steady
You,
enough.
like I've gotten spoiled to the point where I have to have stuff on a tripod. Like
Yeah,
I suck
yeah.
at glassing
And
just
that's where those
freehand.
pures would just dominate on a tripod.
Yep.
But I'm good, thanks.
But yeah,
with the
having
image-
image stabilization is just a game changer.
Crazy. And when they and you told us this, so you can flip the on and off switch or whatever to put them in super.
Yeah, I freaking I took my father-in-law to Shields And I asked the guy, the rep or whatever,
Yeah.
hey, can we look at a pair of these? I want to show them to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And then here's how you do the super stable. I'm like, I didn't even know that. He
Yeah.
just showed it to me in Shields. I'm like, pretty cool.
Yeah, and those are like drive down the road, see
Oh, yeah.
anything. And
What-
they're a game changer.
Was the very first pair we ever saw was Tyler had a pair
Well,
of
he-
Cannons, right?
Cannons. Yeah. Cannons.
Dave had those.
Dave
too.
had them too.
Yeah,
And you look through them, and this was
and
after.
you could tell that was like a different deal, because that was
10 years
10,
ago?
15
Yeah.
years ago.
But that was when I was just getting Swarovski stuff. I had
Yeah.
the first SLCs in the binos.
Yeah.
And then we looked at those. I'm like, gosh dang, man. This is the way you look at image stabilized stuff. You can, like he said, you can have the best glass quality out there, but if you don't tripod them up and take
Yep.
the shake out,
Yep.
it ain't worth it.
Yep.
Those Sig Zulus might not have the quality of glass, but that image stabilization
Makes up for
far outweighs
makes
glass
up for it 10 times.
100
And
absolutely.
you could glass it. I don't know how high the mags go, but you could do it at 25 if they made it. It
Yeah.
would stabilize
Yeah,
there.
they make 20s now.
Yeah.
But the thing is the Sig Zulus are they I would say they weren't the first, but like you look at, I should just say this. Look at what Swirl did with their new range finding
Best spotter?
spotter.
Yeah.
The thing it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot because we've already just described what image stabilization does. It takes out the need for high quality glass.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double positive in a way that cancels itself out. If whatever, like you don't need to have the best glass with image stabilization because what are you going to do? And this is kind of a knock on Swarovski in my opinion. What are you going to do with a short little spotting scope
You're still
that you're not gonna do with a badass pair
Yeah.
of Sig Zulus?
almost.
that are
I'm
up-
thinking like the spotter. You're still a tripod. You're
Yeah.
still limited.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need a tripod.
What are you doing with it?
Yeah.
You're sitting here looking like this
Yeah.
when you have.
I mean, granted, it's a good ass product, and
There's
and
still-
I'm sure it's awesome, but
There's still a benefit to running it off of a tripod. I watched a guy glassing off of a tripod with Sig Zulus, and I
Yeah.
go, dude, like you just have them and you like them, so you're using them, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I 100% use the image stabilization while it's on the tripod because that wind, when it's windy,
Yeah, but you know what?
It vibrates
If
your
you pay
tripod.
attention now, there's a counterintuitive or a counter movement. They say that you're supposed to switch the image stabilization off as soon as you tripod up.
Why?
Because it counters itself. It makes some kind of weird ass.
It'll, like, wreck it?
Yes. It won't wreck it. But it tries to stabilize, and it sits there and makes your images. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on it.
Really?
100%. When you tripod up, there's no reason for stabilization. No. If you have a little tiny
Yeah,
bit of
yeah.
wind, it ain't gonna matter that much. So it counteracts the image stabilization when you tripod it up.
So it tries to correct and makes it worse.
Makes it worse.
Oh,
100%.
really?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
which on those Zulus, there's no reason you don't need a tripod at all.
It takes that out. Why
Yeah.
you even carry a tripod with?
Yeah.
You
Well,
carry
that's like
it-
my big spotter. I mean, that stays in the house.
There's no reason.
There's no
for it.
reason.
If you have those Sig Zulus,
Yeah.
your
Putting a-
$4,000 spotter doesn't need to go.
Yeah, putting a 95 millimeter spotter on your window with a window mount compared to them Zulus are by far
Yeah.
that's a no brainer.
You're using both of your eyes.
Yeah,
And you have the
that
depth
much
perception.
smaller. You know.
Yep. Pack them with you.
Yep.
They're lighter.
Yeah.
They're quicker.
And as soon as they put a rangefinder in that
Oh
bitch,
my gosh.
it's over
Yeah.
with. They
Yeah.
got it. They got it nailed. Yeah. But there's that. Those are in Sig. What is it? What is nothing?
I'm supposed to meow. Oh, no idea.
Anyway, then we have the. So we're going to be running the HDX Pros, which is our good glass. We're going to get a 14, a 16, and an 18X pair so that we can kind of give you guys some intel on maybe light gathering capability, the exit pupil between the 14s and the 18s. If there's not any, if there is some in low light conditions. So we'll be doing a lot of testing with those. I'm thinking about maybe getting the Sig spotter too.
I was gonna say, are they gonna that spotter?
I
They have
think
a
so.
spotter as well.
Yeah, that would be, once again, I mean, what are you going to do with it that the binos aren't going to do?
Yeah.
You just sit there and, you carry it with you. And
Which theirs is a little bit smaller than the
swirl.
swirl, but
It's different kind of
Yeah.
a little bit, but I mean,
almost like a
I just don't think that you need to
it's almost like a monocular. That I don't know.
That's what it is, that you would carry around and you just don't have a tripod with.
Right.
You eliminate your tripod.
Yeah.
Which have you ever used like monocular rangefinders or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
I've tried to. They always seem to be
Well,
less than ideal.
we looked at that SIG's image stabilized
Yeah.
spotter at Shields, and it's freaking,
Really?
it's good.
Yeah.
But I still don't find the place that it fits
Yeah, for-
over the binos.
Right.
I mean, we could eat our words once we get used to it, but right now I don't see it. The other thing regarding glass, you'll see us running this year. I had the Revic BLR10Bs, which are the version 1s, the black laser range finding binos from basically Gunworks, and Revic is the company. Now they have the tan version, the Mod 2s, which are just called the BR10s. Lots of upgrades. They said the glass quality is better. What I do like between them and the old versions is the reticle. I do like the ranging reticle a lot better in the version 2s. They say that the ballistics is supposed to be a little bit more fine-tuned and better. Haven't got into those yet. I did set up the 22 Creed with the Revic, the BLR10s, the BLR10Bs, the first ones, and it was good. It was good with my 22 Creed out to distance. It's a nice option to have. I'm looking for a little bit, better glass quality, and I know there's always a compromise when you're throwing all that shit into a pair of binos. You're just not gonna get the NL Pures version, but
Yeah.
the new BR10s from Revic are really good range finding binos, really good. How far were we ranging?
Well, I hit those 3,800 and something.
Really?
Is what I
That's-
the farthest. And like you said, that reticle, turning that brightness down a little bit, that reticle's it's
Pretty
nice.
snazzy,
It's nice.
very
Yeah.
precise
Yeah.
based for a target.
Yeah.
And then this is going to be a cool review that I'm going to work on. So Vectronics, I've been familiar with that company for 15, 20 years probably. I was always kind of wanting to get myself a set of Vectors, which are they're range finding binos, but they're military issued only pretty much. I have the Vector 4s. They also make Vector 21s. Vector 21s will range like 21,000 kilometers, which is nuts. The Vector 4s, I've ranged a moving semi at 6,000. The image quality, the glass quality in those, I always said they were Leicas, but they're not. They are a German-based glass manufacturer, which is European glass essentially, better than anything I've used in that kind of category, range-finding binos. But Vectronics made those. They're big and bulky. They're big. I'm going to do a review on
They're
them.
huge.
But the glass quality is good. But the cool thing about them, you can hook up a remote firing switch, and you tripod them up, and you hook it up to a certain. I have a Trimble Nomad. There's other ways you can hook it up, but just the coolness factor. When you range, it ranges in increments of 1/10 of a yard. So when I range out to 1,200 yards, whatever. It might not show that on my reticle, on my display when I'm looking through the optic, but as soon as I look down to my ballistics program, it shows in the 1/10 of a yard. And then you can Bluetooth your Kestrel to it, and it just gives you a field firing solution for really elaborate once you fine tune it. It's just more of a cool, nerdy type of thing if you're into technology, which I always have been. But what I'm getting at is Vectronics listened to the commercial market, right? I talked to the guy. He called me from Switzerland. Yes, it was Norway. I think it was Switzerland or Norway, one or the other. And it was about a week ago. He called me, and I was talking to him about the Vector X's, and those are the commercial version of the Vectors, and they're more along the lines of hunters like us. And they have magnifiers that come with them to increase the magnification by more than twofold to give them a little more capability. There's going to be some pros and cons just from talking to him. I do like the option to run an 18650 with an extender on those. The range finding reticle in those is etched, so it doesn't light up, which can be good and bad, if you will. You can look at it from the perspective of, well, hey, say we're looking at we're comparing them to the Revics. Well, the Revics, they look like a pair of binos if you're scanning. There's no reticle that pops up until you engage it, till you activate it and fire the laser. With these, the reticle is always there. It's like a scope, like a weapon sight. Yep, it's always there, but For the precision capability, I
So
would
is it
rather have
way
the
finer?
Vector X, for holding on target, and then you range, and there's nothing that pops up over the.
Is it always illuminated then?
No, it's just the etched reticle.
Okay.
just
Does it
an
ever
optic.
illuminate?
Oh yeah,
Like an
it gives
optic?
you a fire. No, the reticle. That's the thing. The reticle does not illuminate, and he said you might have a problem with that. I see you guys hunting at night in low light conditions. I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's going to be as big of a problem as you think. He goes, well, just let us know what you think. And I'm like, well, I want to compare them to the military version. He goes, you can't really. But I'm like, well, the comparison that I want to make is not the advancements, because the Vector 4s are actually still more advanced than the Vector X's in a way. And they're still 10 years, 20 years older. I go, the comparison I want to make is you guys listen to the commercial market. You guys were lurking around Sniper's Hide, and people are like, why don't people come out with some good, badass laser range finding binos? And people started to, and you guys listened, and now you're offering a product that is of very high quality, German quality, European quality glass that, you listen to people like us, and you brought a product to the market. So that's cool. I like that. That to me is somebody that's worthy of respect, for just listening to it. Because most people that get a military contract say, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
Like EOTech, like with the OGL laser, that still hasn't came out yet. It's anyway. Regardless, so let's go to. Did we talk about MDT?
No.
Okay.
A little mention, but
Yeah,
no.
and we're like an hour and
Yeah, you
a
s-
half in,
Hour
15
15.
minutes.
That's good. That's good.
We talked about the bipod.
Did we talk about the bipod on it? About all of the,
Or was that
I
on-
talked
I
about
think
the
you
live.
did that in live.
Oh, okay, that might be where I.
We worked with MDT.
No, you didn't.
I don't think so.
John's got a double pull over there. You can explain in like detail kind of what I did
Yeah, that's the one.
on the podcast, what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Gen 1 versus Gen 3. Some of the stuff that we use from them. They make really good high-end rifle equipment, chassis, stuff like that.
It's kind of the PRS market.
Do you
little bit.
know?
Which fits in with how we kind of operate.
right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I think that what it started was Sky Thomas was making them out of his garage, and I think MDT bought the patent. and they
MDT
started
buys a
making
lot of
them,
patents.
right? They did it for the JAE.
Yep, the J. Allen and
Yep.
the
I
chassis
like
that
that.
we have. They bought that.
But then they bought the patent, and then they just have been improving on it. Like honestly, I've never been a fan of this skate tape. I like the texture, but it always peels off.
Really?
And yeah, well, when you get to using them hard, and now
That
they're
must be a
neural,
PRS thing too.
right? Actually using shit, I know.
Hitting it
And
on.
now they're knurled on like a bar, like a barbell.
Oh, okay.
That'll
is
be
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a nice upgrade. Maybe not a necessary, but a nice
They
upgrade.
put locking legs on because you pull it in and out of a pack, and every time it's
Yep.
extended to the
So what
max.
is it? I think if you set it on one notch past,
Yep.
then you'll be able to pull it.
Yep.
But if it's in the closest notch, it'll be locked.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
believe.
Really nice.
That's how
it
the
is.
locking system.
And do they offer a DLC or
throw.
anodized tan?
A throw lever too, and not a dial knob.
Yep.
Oh,
Throw
that's-
lever. Throw lever, not a dial knob.
I think that was an option.
And then this
It might
is gone.
be, but that's a big upgrade. The barricade stop is gone.
Yep.
Yep. Which-
This is black.
Like that is on that one because John
Yeah.
spray
Yep.
paint. Is
No,
it
I
spray
did.
painted?
This Keith spray
Yeah,
painted
that-
this one.
Keith
Mine's
spray
spray painted too.
Yours is? Yeah.
Yeah. I got one because I freaking saw one PRS and James was like, "These are pretty nice."
Yeah.
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 Started
I think
talking
you
to
had
him.
one before.
Yeah, I paid full
Yeah.
MSRP for my very first one. I'm like, it hurt, but an $800 bipod, I'd do it again because
And the
Dude,
and the
they're
Gen 3s
so
are
good.
even better. The Gen 3s are even better. MDT just makes some very high quality stuff, and then they amend it and make it better, just like they did on the Gen.
Yeah.
3.
Like what's her name? She was saying how many
Paige-
patents?
Paige
how many
Coster.
patents
Yeah.
they bought?
Yeah. And we got to meet the owner of that company at SHOT
Yeah.
Show.
Yep.
Good, cool, genuine people. They know who who they market to. They know who the people that use their stuff, and they listen to them. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah,
is-
that's like we were telling them about the bipods at SHOT Show. And
Yeah. Well, hey, when we pull it out,
we got
and
to
it
fix
goes,
for that.
brrrr,
We got to fix.
Yep.
That's coming. We got that.
it's pretty cool to see that.
yeah, and there's almost unlimited cant. What happens is your barrel hits your tripod legs
Yeah.
before you actually run out of your
They
side
they
to side
fixed that on
cant.
the Gen 3.
Why?
I'm pretty sure they
I
fixed.
think that's good.
I know,
You
but
really shit
I
on
think
Wicked.
she said that they did something to that on the Gen 3.
That's what I meant. He just said, I thought that I heard that they took pan out of the Gen 3.
I don't think they took the pan out of it all the way, but I think they. You know what I think they did? I think she told me that they made it better so that it doesn't get loose. That's what it was.
Okay.
So that front nut on the front,
Yeah.
that won't get it doesn't get loose. She said we had issues with them. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, which pan I could care less about. There's a lock on the pan feature.
Yeah, I could
you
either.
can't
You know
pan.
what? They might have taken the pan out, which exactly. We don't. We don't
Probably
use that
just
either.
an extra 1/10 of an ounce of weight or something. I don't know.
And a lot less machining.
Yeah, probably helps keep costs down.
Anything else from MDT that we use? Rings. They make high quality machined components, for optic mounting, chassis.
Some chassis that we ran.
The mags. I just asked Keith
Mags,
last night.
yeah.
I'm like, hey, dude, do you like the mag pull, the MDT over the mag pull? Yeah, I 100% do too.
Yeah.
I like the mag. They're you can tell they're a higher quality.
Yep. Rings. Use their rings.
Yep. We use their six screw rings on the. I'm running those on an Ace H50R.
Mine's on a
actually.
Utah Air Guns. I'm sure that it's getting full value out of the clamping force of those bad
What
boys.
is? What is?
Those 6 screw rings
Oh,
that's on my air gun.
And then they have a built-in level.
Yep. That I put on the wrong spot once.
MDT's always coming out with some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that I really have, so the tripod deal is nothing. I've tried to get a hold of really right stuff, and they're I get it. They probably have so many guys hit them up and never really made a good point of contact with them. We've done some stuff with Two Vets. The one thing that I don't like about Two Vets, and this is just honesty, and there's my night rig is on it right now. I'm looking at it. Is the segmented locks on
steel
those?
collars.
It's aluminum, I think.
I think it's aluminum.
Probably.
I think it's aluminum.
But it's tough when it gets cold and your hands kind of slide over them. I do like the rubber coated, or if they were even knurled harder, way more aggressive.
See, and I was in the opposite ship right away. I go, the aluminum is going to be better than the rubber. The rubber's just going to flake and peel. And then after we got to using them for a little bit, I'm like, the rubber on the Fat Boys is, I prefer it.
Stays soft.
Yep.
Keith ran a Fat Boy for pretty hard for a while
Yeah.
in the field. I don't think you were.
No.
You ran it for over there, but
I got the
Keith
big
ran,
one.
Keith ran a big one too. Yours
Yeah.
was pretty big, wasn't it?
It was. It wasn't as big as John's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was big.
And so the true story with them is they did some stuff with us. Fat Boy sent us some stuff out. I talked to them early on in the year. It was 5, 6, 7 months ago, and they were a lot. They were interested in work with us, but they wanted me to sign some kind of NDA thing. Where
They were right across from Tyler at Shot.
were they?
Yeah.
Did we talk? I didn't talk.
Yeah,
Did we talk to them?
a little bit? Yeah.
They had some cool features. Like they have a tripod that had a battery built into it, so you could charge. That's just a cool idea.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it goes bad or not, that's thinking.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
especially if you're running thermals. I mean, shit, you got one there that you could charge whatever you need to off, or go an external power source. But they wanted me to sign an NDA, and it basically, I don't like reading fine print. I like a handshake type of the deal with guys like Impact. Dude, we love what you do. I watched your shit before I even made actions. Let's do an exclusive. I like that. I like that kind of those kind of vibes, that high energy type of shit where they're like, hey, sign an NDA because we don't want you cobbing our design. I'm not gonna fucking cob your design. I get it. You may make some good stuff. Nothing bad against any of those guys, but that's what they wanted to do. And I'm like, we'll just keep looking. No big deal. I never said anything, just never signed it, never sent anything back, and so it goes. They make a good, wish the best for them. Probably still use their stuff. John's got one, but we ended up going with a company, and I don't want to make it sound like this. We ended up going. We had a guy reach out to us, and if you're gonna reach out to us, first of all,
Why not at least look at it?
exactly. It means a lot. I mean, I appreciate guys that want to work with us, that have some incentive to work with us. That's what it's all about, is making relationships, building relationships, running something that we stand behind. So I got some of their cheaper stuff. They're cheaper tripods that we got. One right back there, little podunk legs, and we used them.
And they're probably not intended to be cheaper. They're intended to be more lightweight.
Yeah, just kind of like the Revic tripods that we had, almost a little bit lighter than the two vets that we had, but in the price range for the little bit cheaper stuff. And there was a couple guys. Who was it? Some guy messaged me on Instagram. It was, oh, the dude from Tricer didn't get a hold of you, did he? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's the deal? I've never heard of him before. I never talked to him before. And then that was it. That was the extent of the conversation. He never said anything else. Well, the fella, I told the guy from Tricer, I'm like, yeah, we'll try him if you want to send a few out to us. Then he sent those, and I'm like, man, they're just a little bit light. I like them. We'll probably use them here and there, but it's nothing that we're gonna, definitely not an exclusive. We're still gonna keep our options open. We appreciate it. We love trying new stuff. And he's like, well, we have a new thing coming out that I think will probably fit, because we're trying to go after that higher end, really right stuff price point, the $1,000 plus tripod, Manfrotto type of stuff. And their gig or their marketing point sales pitch was their hex shafts. So if you look at it from the perspective of like
rigidity,
yes, a fluted barrel versus a non-fluted barrel, you ridge it up and it's going to be stiffer. I get it, makes sense. But regardless of whether or not it's going to make that much difference on a rifle setup, I don't know. Is it going to make us kill more coyotes? Definitely not. But they were interested in working with us. They made a product that fit, an expensive niche, which for us is a solid piece of equipment that we're going to be consistently shooting off of. And they have a stainless steel. I can't remember the name of the head, but it's a stainless steel.
It's a lot like the really right stuff Anvil 30. It's a lot like that.
I can't remember the name of it. Stainless steel. Leave the bitch in the back of your pickup. It's not going to rust up. And then also it'll accommodate a pick rail and an ARCA. And then I really do. At first, I'm like, dude, this throw lever ain't going to do it for us.
That's what I said
you
too.
You flip it around.
Yep.
Shit, how much of a game changer is that going to be recording
nice.
with thermal with your thumb?
Yep.
Just your thumb right here.
And I've messed with a few ball heads that are that style, and I'm just like, I'm not a big fan of them. But after I actually messed with it, like with a gun on it, huge difference.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, because just the difference from like the Fat Boy with the dial and this throw lever, it's
big deal.
It's a difference.
And when we're in kill boxes, like when we're over it and we're down there and we're killing 3, and we're always like, oh man, you got to loosen this knob up, and then all of a sudden it might be jerky because it's cold.
Yep.
It just came out
There's
of the
no middle point
pickup.
or no
Exactly. And this one here, like you barely fine tune it, and it'll lock. It won't lock. It'll just put the tension on it to where you just let it go and it just sits there, and you barely lighten it. For little tiny things like that might make a big difference, and we might screw it up. Who knows? But that's something that we're going to be running this year. We got the big ones. They have weights in the legs. You can make that heavy and solid, like you're shooting off of a table if you want to.
Yeah, it keeps it. Yeah, I've had tripods blow over before, not with guns on top.
That bitch ain't gonna.
Right?
You could have put that out in the wind today, and it wouldn't have blown over, dude.
I took those weights off right now. I took them out.
So did we. Yeah, they're late. I told John to take them all over to his house. I think they are.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm like, get them out of my weight room, dude.
Throw these at your windows or something, huh?
Yeah.
But it's a good idea. I mean, it's a really good idea if you're in your positional shooter, or we just want to put it out on the deck here and do some standing tripod work. I mean, put the weights in it and stand there and do it.
Yeah.
Those are just a few of the things, that I think that we're going to be using this year. We might have missed a few things here and there. We're probably going to pick a few guys up.
Hornady.
A lot of Hornady. Got to. It's not gonna make. It's not gonna make a difference if we plug them or not.
No,
I mean, we definitely should every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
But those guys are so big. I just got notification. Some 66 millimeter rounds are coming. Did you order some 10?
Yes.
10? They're on their way. They're 109s.
Yeah.
They're on their way.
They should. Those were like hard to find.
Yep. I don't know how many of them. Maybe 1,000, but they're coming.
Hopefully they send 10,000.
And then
for your what?
Anything.
Then we've got the Hornady ammo plant. We're trying to change all of our green stuff out to red. Looks like a Christmas setup over there right now. Green
Except
and
for the
red all
blue.
over. Yeah, the blue needs to go out of there. We need to spray paint that bitch.
A tornado hit it.
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina came through yesterday.
Somebody left the door open today.
Jeez.
But that where that Dillon press will go, the Hornady ammo plant will go there, and then I just got to hold the Hornady for another product. It was their primer system.
yes.
Yep, that'll be pretty cool.
Did you get their trimmer?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
trimmer,
he's
but
had-
I don't
you
have
need
this.
to
I
set
know.
that.
I know.
He hasn't.
You need to set that up, dude.
When
That
we have
seems-
as much brass as we have, and we're just throwing shit out the window.
John's trying to pick shit up, and I'm like, what?
What are you doing, dude?
second fired brass is better than first fired, a non-fire formed.
We need to do that too. We need to.
That's funny,
I did it just the other day. Just today, we went and drove around Keys Raptor. I pulled out the 22 Creed, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, your gun's on fire and the bolt's closed. There must be an empty in it." There was.
Yeah.
Pulled it out, tossed it. Hey, Abby will hit it with the mower next summer.
Yeah.
It'll be under the dirt after tomorrow's wind blows.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be exposed is what'll happen. We should go arrow hunting tomorrow. Arrowhead
Yeah,
hunting.
we could. That'd be a good idea, actually.
Yeah, let's do that and not call coyotes.
Jimmy would be all about it.
Yeah, you would.
Anyway,
You did that.
We're done. We're done. I'm gonna cancel this out.
I'm at 2%. My phone's going to die anyway.
There's nothing else that I can think of. We'll be picking some guys up. We'll doing a bunch of stuff here and there. Did he spit it out?
Dude, it fell.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Yeah. It fell. I didn't give it to him on purpose.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we appreciate the support, fellas. Once again, we're gonna have some pretty cool guys on the podcast. I told you guys Tom Miranda on this. I should end with this. The upcoming podcast. What we're gonna try to do, excuse me, is have fellas that are in maybe the manufacturing process or facilities or program where we can get people on that are going to be in a little bit more detailed a position to give us a little more detailed info, like, you know, somebody from Night Force, for example. Well, we might get somebody like that on the phone, going over their product line, what they have to offer, how they came about, etc. Or maybe a suppressor manufacturer, or like MDT or TS Customs, who builds rifles. Just people like that I'm not going to say aren't high profile, but will give you more content. And I get it. Probably podcasts like these resonate with you guys more. They're a little bit more entertainment based, where we're kind of bullshitting, and you guys, you know, you get the feel for how we're using it, why we're using it, where some of you guys might not be into an $800 or $1,000 bipod from MDT. So why do you want to listen to somebody like that talk? But there's a lot of room for growth and a lot of room for more content out there if we can go that way. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be able to get hosts like Tom Miranda on very often. You know, if we could get Tom Miranda, if we could get Jim Shockey, if we could get people like that, it would be really cool. And maybe someday, but we also have to be doing podcasts a hell of a lot more often than once every year. Otherwise, it ain't going to happen.
Right.
This is kind of none of you guys will know who this guy is. Tony Holler. I messaged him on Instagram, and he said he would love to do a podcast. This is along a different line. It's kind of what we do, but it's along a different line than the majority of what you guys do. I did a little feeler out there, and I had quite a few people say, get him on if you can. This guy's in the speed and strength stuff, all right? So I know our podcast has been geared more towards a lot of the hunting stuff. You could skip over that one, but he is a speed dude, and we are into a lot of that right now with a lot of the kids that we're working with, and this time of our lives where we're helping kids get to a certain point or trying to. And if you guys watch our Instagram stories, you'll notice that and you'll see it. And we do have a lot of people that want to know how we do it, why we do it, where we got the information to apply what we're doing. And he's one of those guys. And it's not completely out of the ordinary because it's something that we've all done. Speed, strength. We were at that level of athleticism when we were in high school and college. And now it's another generation under us that's coming up. And it's a whole nother level of performance. I'm telling you, it's pretty crazy and really cool to be a part of. So I want to kind of go and do a couple podcasts like that. And I know there's a lot of parents out there, and it's kind of weird. I told Abby that there's a lot of younger kids that are following us on Instagram because of our kids. And You just gotta be a little more sealed lipped. Maybe I can't say a lot of the stuff how I want to say it, and maybe what we were gonna go into politics wise.
There's the music.
But regardless, you guys get what I'm saying. We're gonna cover a lot of areas. We got to get Cal Taylor on again too. He's got some new sounds this year. We're using all of his sounds. Awesome dude, high quality stuff. Easy to put on a Fox Pro. Even easier to call coyotes in with. So appreciate the support, fellas. Have a happy, healthy Merry Christmas, New Year. We might see you on a podcast before then, but probably not till after.
Hopefully we do.
Hopefully we do another podcast before.
Guns show up, dude. At the very least, do a live for the cruise to Sioux Falls. That'd be cool. Or
No,
Miller,
it's
I guess.
Miller, yeah, and
Well, same.
we could,
whatever.
but we're out, fellas.